Hello, my name is Michaela Wharton, and this is what I am going to do to take care of my hypothetical 2-year-old profoundly deaf child. As far as hearing devices go, my hypothetical child will not be using a hearing aid or cochlear implant. My reasoning behind this is cochlear implants are not always a solution to profound deafness, which a lot of people have that misconception. And my biggest problem with it is if my child decides not to use it in the future, it cannot be removed. And also, because my child is so young, they cannot make those kinds of decisions. Therefore, I would have to make that decision, and I feel that's taking away my child's eventual say in the matter. If it were ever discussed as an option, if ever, they would be much older. Also, this is an invasive surgery for something that is not likely to work for someone who is profoundly deaf. Also, hearing aids, they're not very effective in children with profound deafness. They're incredibly expensive and not covered by most insurances. Using neither of these would require no doctor's visits or huge payments or invasive surgeries and require no training for my child. My hypothetical child would use American Sign Language as their primary method of communication, as this, in my opinion, after research, is the best option for my deaf child. I would put my child in classes to learn sign, and I would also try to teach some sign at home. Also, I would have to take classes in sign language in order to become more fluent. This method is widely used in the deaf community. Some pros of this method: they can communicate more with other deaf people, and having deaf peers and deaf role models is very good for a deaf child, and it's an easier method of communication that does not require many hours of speech training. Some cons: they cannot communicate with many hearing people, but that's a minor thing. I have researched many schooling options, and the Virginia School for the Deaf and Blind seems to be the best option for my child. It is a school very close to where I live and has excellent reviews. One downside would be that tuition would be around $100,000 a year, but I feel that my child's education is more important. The school is a day school and a residential school, so I would be able to have my child live with me while having them get an education tailored to their individual needs. As I plan on sending my child to a deaf day school, my child will have several deaf peers and deaf role models. I also hope to maybe find some deaf people in my community through deaf chats and things like that, and attending these deaf chats with my child would hopefully help get me integrated into the deaf community along with my child. Thank you for listening and have a fantabulous day.